Hey guys, welcome to this video on the apostrophe. The apostrophe gets wildly misused and always has. Poor guy. In order to help you to not misuse our friend the apostrophe, let's go over three main uses: contractions, plurals, and possessives. First, let's take a look at contractions. Contractions such as he's, wouldn't, didn't, and so on. Contractions are sometimes looked down on. Some would say that they should never be included when writing formally. Maybe, maybe not. However, you should be sure to check their requirements whenever you're writing for a teacher, professor, or even publisher. On the other hand, it's important to keep in mind that using contractions can make your writing feel more personal. It can help your audience to feel like you are talking to them and not talking at them. You always use an apostrophe when working with contractions. Possibly the most confusing, due to it being the most common apostrophe error, is it's. Again, always use an apostrophe when you have a contraction. So you use an apostrophe when you're abbreviating it is or it has to it's. Always. If you don't use an apostrophe, then you have changed the meaning of what you are saying. The it's without an apostrophe symbolizes ownership. Here's an example of the contraction it's in a sentence. It's so pretty outside today. Also, when you're abbreviating the year that something took place to the last two digits, this would be considered a contraction. So you need an apostrophe. The apostrophe is placed to the front of the two digits. Now, in formal writing, you will typically be expected to write out the entire year. Some examples of this would be class of 78 or it was acceptable in the 80s. Secondly, plurals. You will rarely use an apostrophe for a plural noun. Using an apostrophe on a noun signifies ownership of something, but if you are just trying to imply that there are multiples of something, then you would not use an apostrophe. Let's take a look at an incorrect example and a correct example. Incorrect. In the early 1970s, both of the Johnsons earned PhDs. Correct. In the early 1970s, both of the Johnsons earned PhDs. Now, keep in mind that I said that this is rare, but there's always an exception to the rule. The exception to this rule is when a contraction is used as a noun. Here's an example. He received 4 A's and 2 B's. Another example would be, have we received more yeses or nos? Thirdly, possessives. It's important to note that there is some variation when it comes to rules on possessives, depending on who has the authority. For instance, when writing for a newspaper or other types of media, there may be some variation, but generally the rules are pretty consistent everywhere else. Now, let's take a look at what the possessive rule is. The rule goes like this. When you have a singular noun that is signifying possession, then an apostrophe and an S need to follow it, even if the singular noun already ends in S. For example, the doctor's bill, the kid's shoe, Bob Carl's #1 hit, the class's theme. However, when showing possession of a plural noun that already ends in S, then you would just add an apostrophe and not the extra S. But if the plural noun does not already end in S, then you would add an apostrophe followed by an S. The Thomas's new car. The 3 actresses' scripts. Again, there's always the exception to the rule, so let's take a look at those. Use an apostrophe when dealing with specifically singular places and names that make a plural ending and end in S. That was a lot, so let me say it again. Use an apostrophe when dealing with specifically singular places and names that make a plural ending and end in S. Hopefully, some examples will help to clear any remaining confusion. Beverly Hills Industrial Layout. The United States Political Model. Efficient Systems Owner. I hope that this videos over apostrophes has been helpful. If you enjoyed it, then be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for further videos. See you guys next time.